Hello and thanks for dropping by my kitchen. Today I want to show you how to make some butterfly shrimp for your home out of your kitchen. It's kind of a little tedious, but if you like to cook as much as I do, you don't mind doing it. And so I'm going to show you step-by-step method of how to do it and then some bonus points. Now, I've already done these shrimp up right here. This is what they're going to look like. I put these up in the freezer 2 hours ago. And the reason why I did that is so when I make a bunch of shrimp, I can put them in a freezer bag. They won't stick together. And then when I want to cook a couple pieces of shrimp for my lunch or something, I can reach in the bag and grab me a couple pieces of shrimp and cook it up and have me a nice meal that I made from scratch, except for the shrimp, of course. So anyway, this is what it's going to look like when I get finished with it. So let's get started with the rest of it. I'll put these back in the freezer. Okay, the first thing you want to do, or first thing you need is the shrimp. Now I got shrimp that has already been deveined. It's got the shell on it. The head is off, but the tail is left on. So when you want to, when you take the shell off, take it all the way down to the last segment and leave the tail on, because that's kind of important when you go to battering all this shrimp up. You have something to hang on to when you're putting it into different the egg and the flour and the panko. So that's the first step. Now I've done all of these shrimp right here. I'm just going to do a couple of these to show you what you want to do. Okay. And the reason I get the one with the shell on is so I can make up a batch of shrimp broth. I always like to keep a supply of shrimp broth on hand, so when I'm making some shrimp bisque or something else, I can have that to cook it up. Okay, so now the next step is you take your little paring knife and you run it across the back and you open it up a little bit. Okay, then you take your shrimp, you open it up like this, turn it down. I hope you can see that. And I give it a little pop like this. Boom. There you go. Now, I like to use buttermilk and egg with my batter. I can scramble me an egg up here. Put some buttermilk in it, and it really makes a good coating for your shrimp. Once you make this, you'll find out that I was right. Okay, now the good thing about leaving the tail on, so you can grab it, put it right in there, let it hang out right there until you need it. Turn it upside down. Give it a pop. Now, this shrimp right here is 41 to 60 per pound. Now they call it large shrimp, but I don't think it's large. But that's what I bought. So if you want anything bigger, of course, that's up to you. But these will work. You just want to flatten them out a little bit. That's where the butterfly comes in. They get flat. And you put them down in the bowl of your egg and your buttermilk. Put them down in the bowl with the tail up. That way you can reach in there and grab them when you take them to the panko. That's what I'm using for the last step, is the panko. Now, the shrimp that I'm using, I put these shrimp in a Zach's seafood and chicken recipe powder, seasoning powder, and it really does taste good. But you can use anything that you want. You may like to have fajita for all that's what you like. But for me, I like the Zach's seafood and chicken. Okay, I'm going to finish up on these and I'll get back to you later. Okay, the next step is to take them from the egg to the panko. That's why you have the tail here. I only have the wet and the dry thing going on here. Grab them by the tail, flip them over, give them a little dusting of panko. And if you've never had shrimp cooked in panko, you are missing something terrible. It is so good. And of course the combination of the buttermilk and the egg goes a long way as far as making a good flavor profile as it was. But like I say, this is kind of tedious, but if you like to cook like I do, you don't mind doing it because you want to put a good product on your table. Okay, now my oil over here is heating up to 350. Not there yet, but that's what you want to cook them in. You want to cook your shrimp in 350. You don't want to get much higher than that. And you're only going to cook them 3 to 5 minutes. And it's ready. It's ready to come out and enjoy. Okay, now the seasoning that I use, the ratio is like 2 cups of water to 1 tablespoon of seasoning, what the going ratio is. And I don't think it matters what kind of seasoning you use. I think the ratio is pretty spot on for just about anything you use. Of course, if you have some other kind of directions on your bottle or your seasoning jar, whatever you're using, just follow that. But I use 2 cups to 1 tablespoon. Then I've got these shells over here that I can put them in the freezer until I'm ready to break them out and cook me a batch of shrimp broth. And there is a link to how to fix that on my channel. So if you're ever inclined to find out how to do it, I'll put it on there for you so you can do that when you need to. Okay, let's see how we're doing over here. Just about there. Not quite, but we're just about. by the tail and drop them in. Now I don't have a timer. I just kind of look at them, and when they're nice and golden brown, I go ahead and take them out because they're pretty much done after that. 3 to 5 minutes. And let me tell you, these things are so good. I'm a shrimp guy, and I could eat a ton of this stuff. I've got about 4 inches of oil in here, in this regular 3-quart pot. If you have a Fry Daddy, that's good too. Okay, I think they're about done, and I'm going to take them out, put them on a plate, sprinkle a little salt on top of them. My, oh my, would you look at that. Golden brown, battered up shrimp that you do in your house. And this is going to be so good, I guarantee it. My. Now, a lot of people will use cornmeal to go on their shrimp. But me personally, I really just use the flour and the panko and the egg with the buttermilk in it. To me, cornmeal should only be used for catfish. And I ain't having no catfish today. This is so good. Give it a try. That's all I have. Thank you for coming into my kitchen.